These are Kingmaker Sports training camp risers and fallers. We have so much going on right now with training camp, with injuries, disciplinary action. These are the players that you need to watch out for as we get into draft season. This preseason week one, everybody's amping up right now to hit all your redrafts. So watch out for these risers and fallers to see who you can get in late in a steal as a value and who you probably should reach for that could help you out. So here we go. Slayton, who do you have as your first training camp riser that you are really impressed by?
Oh man, dude, I can't stop seeing this man's name every time I open my Facebook, every time I open my Twitter, any sports related thing that I'm looking at, ESPN, whatever it is. You cannot go anywhere without seeing the name Emeka Abuka, dude. Uh, from Baker Mayfield talking, oh, he's one of the most pro ready players that I've ever been around, from the GMs and Mike Evans talking about his professionalism. Man, everybody's been talking about it. You're seeing the videos. He looks legit, man. He looks legit. He was drafted for a purpose, so huge. I think Emeka Ibuka to the moon, man.
Yeah, Egbuka was a monster coming out of college. I thought that he was going to be someone that thought he was going to be someone that was going to fall between the cracks with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Yeah, no. With Godwin being out with injury, Egbuka is stepped right up, man. Emeka Egbuka is going to see the ball. He's going to get snaps. He's developing that relationship with Baker Mayfield with the ones. So this is big. Emeka Egbuka is a guy that you want. I think even as a rookie, you could reach for him in the mid rounds of redraft. So I would go after Emeka Egbuka. I was able to trade away an older running back to get the 105 in my rookie draft for Dynasty. I went ahead, I grabbed Egbuka, and I didn't think twice about it. He was the one I was going to get because I believe in the talent. I believe talent will outshine. So I'm excited to see how and where this is going to go. So, bro, I'm with you on that. Emeka Egbuka is so nice. Um, so who do you have your next camp riser?
Next camp riser is going to be J.K. Dobbins. Just got some reports looking at the depth chart there, and he is numero uno. So really excited to see what they got in store there. Granted, I don't know if Sean Payton played, some coach speak chess type deal, and ranking some people high, some people low. I don't know what he's got going on there. He always seems to be in some sort of mischief during the offseason. So we'll see what Sean Payton's really got going on there. But J.K. getting some hype.
Yeah. So they're I think it came out today that what's RJ Harvey on the depth chart do they have listed?
Fifth. That's insane.
I can't believe there's no respect on that. Like, what are you doing? Like RJ Harvey, at least like I know that Peyton likes McLaughlin, but like so Harvey at the lowest I could see being number 3 as it is right now with J.K. Dobbins, a veteran, and the established McLaughlin. But dude,
I
that's
think
too far down.
Sean Payton's out here playing games. He's always played some sort of game in the offseason, so I think that's what his game is this year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. Um,
Who's the
so
next?
who so we've got some pretty good ones here. So somebody that I've been keeping an eye on that I was also big coming out of college is Adonai Mitchell. Um, he was he was scouted pretty high coming out of Texas. Has all the moves, great route runner, but for some reason last year he was just riddled with drops. Now we've seen the film on it. Not all of that was his fault. Some of those were just really weird passes by Anthony Richardson. So I'm not gonna hold him to that where hey it's all your fault kind of situation. But he's making good catches. He's doing everything that he needs to in camp. And I think that he's gonna develop okay because we saw Alec Pierce kind of step up. and take the spot that he was drafted to be. But I think Adonai Mitchell was a good one, but not near as much as I think that Braylon Allen is a massive camp riser.
Dude,
Have you
everything
seen him?
out of New York is just Braylon Allen highlight clips out here, buddy. I mean,
Yeah.
dude looks phenomenal, and he was one of those players that I was super high on in the draft process coming in. And then, of course, we all know what the outcome is. The Jets take him for no apparent reason and ruin his career
I
pretty.
hated it.
I,
Hated that pick.
I anytime any player gets drafted to the Jets, it's just good man. Like
Yeah.
it's like getting drafted to the Browns. Like I'm just like, I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, it's not, and as a player, they all say like, oh, I'm glad that the team drafted me. I'm glad to be in the NFL. But in the back of their mind, they're like, damn, this team sucks, dude. Like I don't want to play for these crappy ass players.
But I mean, hey,
But
the hype is real on Braylon
yeah.
now. Like
Oh, 100%. I was big on Braylon Allen as a rook. I mean, as a freshman at Wisconsin. I mean, I still am, and he looks so fast, good hands, like Braylon.
it's a fair shake. The world is his oyster, man. He's gonna.
Yeah.
And I was hoping he was gonna go to Jerry World last year, but they fumbled.
Oh, dude, if Braylon Allen went to the Cowboys, that'd be nasty. Especially since they still have a good offensive line. I think that'd be awesome.
It just yeah.
Um,
But no, I really think that Aaron Glenn's talked a lot about having a 1A, 1B type of backfield.
yeah,
Something that he liked to have that he had around there in Detroit. So I'm excited to see kind of what comes out of this. I think
yeah,
that does hurt Brees in the long run, but I'm excited. I fan of Braylon Allen.
yeah.
Wish him nothing but success.
Well. So Brees Allen, Brees Hall has been lining up in the slot actually,
Yeah,
and Brees Hall actually got some hands. So this could spell well for Braylon Allen out of the backfield.
but
So I don't think that's gonna be anything that we're gonna have to be afraid of on Braylon Allen. I think Braylon Allen is looking for a larger increased role. So if you've been holding Braylon Allen, um, either hold or go ahead and trade him.
yeah,
But yeah, that's where we're at on Braylon Allen. Somebody else that I don't know if you've been tracking, but one Demario Pop Douglas in New England.
yeah.
He has
Also on
been
this
showing out, dude.
with him. So there's a couple guys out there that's been getting pretty wild. So I've been seeing a lot of hype behind Kayshon Boutte as well. So him and Pop Douglas has been putting on a show out there, and it sounds like they've pretty much put a complete silence on Kyle Williams' hype, put him on a screeching halt. I still see a little bit of Stephon Diggs hype, but not nearly as much as what we were seeing at the beginning of the season. Now it's all Pop Douglas and Kayshon Boutte. So I'm excited to see what happens. Pop
Yeah,
more of your old reliable. He's kind of been that guy there that's been a target hog. He's done very, very well. He kind of played out of the slot a little bit more. And he's just been reliable. He always has. He's got
yeah,
soft hands. He doesn't have to worry about, all that extra stuff. And then Pickens, or not Pickens, Boutte is more of your guy that's down the field. And I
yeah.
think,
Which is
but
what his role was at LSU. I mean, Butte, since he was a rookie, was just highly touted at LSU,
yeah,
and he didn't really have much success in his first couple years. It's just like, man, what are the Patriots doing with wide receivers? Kind of like the Browns quarterbacks. But it looks like Pop Douglas, man. So Patriots insider Taylor Kyles has called Douglas the team's best receiver in camp so far.
mhm.
So that's really good to hear because with them bringing in Kyle Williams, and it's like, dude, what receiver in New England do we trust? And it looks like it's all starting to come together that, hey, Pop Douglas is going to be your number one that you want to go after, right? And tied to a good, like I think Drake makes a good quarterback. And then if Kayshon Boutte can be what he was in college or just live up to that potential that he has, dude, Drake May is going to have some good weapons around him, but
Good wide receiver core there. If they could really get them all together on the same page.
yeah,
They
yeah,
good room there. But
yeah.
no,
That's going to be exciting.
I think his hype is over. I think he's pretty much finito on that side there. It was kind of like the whole Jalen Polk experiment they did last year. Same deal.
Yeah. So with the Isaiah Likely injury, everybody was kind of fading Mark Andrews there for a while. And it was like, oh, Isaiah Likely's going to take over this and that. Well, if you held Mark Andrews in Dynasty, you didn't panic, you're going to have Mark Andrews putting up some decent numbers, at least for 2025. I'm not promising 2026,
Great,
but,
brother. He's
huh?
a great best ball pick this year.
Oh, yeah.
Season long,
Heck yeah.
fire him up. Fire him up, man.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So
Uh,
we've talked about some of our favorite risers. You got one last one for us?
yeah, I do have. It's all rookies, man. I have
Okay.
about here that I seen that Thornton Jr. Is getting trots with the ones there in Las Vegas. Really excited.
Yeah.
Hampton with Najee not being there. I mean, it's just wheels up, brother.
Yep.
And Kyle Monungai getting listed as the second running back on that depth chart. So is Roshan dead?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. For Roshan to be kind of overlooked like that, but then again, new head coach, Roshan's the old regime. Hopefully that dispels something for Roshan going somewhere else and kind of showing what he can do. Maybe he can go down to Dallas and fight for a position there. I mean, it's not like he's got horrible I mean, it's not like he has great competition there. Um, but no, dude, those are good risers, man. Definitely ones to watch. So now that we've talked about the ones that are stock up, how about the ones that are stocking down? What are one of the stock fallers that you're seeing out of camp?
Big man. I mean, a lot of the big ones are just all the injuries, man. I mean, from Stafford, that was kind of a chain of several different fallers there. If Stafford goes out, I don't want any part of that offense other than Kyron Williams, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. And I'm even at a standstill with Kyron Williams because if you can't move that ball down the field, Kyron Williams can only get you so far, you know? So
yeah,
that makes me a little bit nervous. So Stafford, Puka, Devontae Adams, until I get some positive news, they're falling for me.
yeah. For right now, at least for right now, we're not saying the whole season, but for right now, all the Rams pass catchers are stocked down. They're not somebody that you're excited to go get right now with the uncertainty of Matt Stafford, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo and Stetson Bennett behind him.
Yeah.
So not much confidence there. I'm sure Devonta Adams would agree with us on that with the Jimmy Garoppolo situation. Um, Another faller that we talked about was the Isaiah Likely stuff. So no one's going to be going after Isaiah Likely this season. If you have him in dynasty, you're going to have to put him on IR. Like it's not going to be it. Joe Mixon is stock down.
Yeah. Joe,
Just because he's not getting time with the new OC, which is not great. And you've got some pretty good talent coming to find out behind him. Not just Nick Chubb. Woody
mm-hmm.
Marks is looking phenomenal. And what I didn't realize until I was at Texans training camp, looking at these two stands side by side, they are the same size.
Oh, yeah.
And we always look on Instagram and Twitter, like, look at Nick Chubb working out. He's so buff, this and that. Woody Marks and Nick Chubb standing side by side were the same player, except Woody Marks is faster and Woody Marks got hands.
Yep.
So Nick Chubb may not be here like much longer. Like he might be a cap casualty, like down the road if they have to make a hard decision at running back, because they've got Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Dameon Pierce, and now Woody Marks. What does this say for Dario Gumbawale? I don't think this is good for Dario Gumbawale.
No, I think he gets cut.
because I don't think you're going to use him on special teams returning kicks because you got Braxton Berrios.
Mm-hmm.
So and I put a short out on the channel about with Braxton Berrios. I think he caught like 5. You know how they do the catching the punts or whatever like that. He caught 5 of them. They had Christian Kirk back there too. Guess how many Christian Kirk caught? 1. He just caught the 1. He couldn't even catch 2. So yeah, so Barrios has that locked up. But yeah, so stock down. Joe Mixon is a massive faller for me. I might try to avoid Joe Mixon at all costs if I can.
I
And
don't Mixon this year
nah,
at all.
I'm with you. That's just not somebody that I want to take a risk on. I'd rather take a risk on somebody with upside, not somebody with downside.
Yeah,
That's
without.
not the game we want to play.
I think my next faller, I would have to say, is probably going to be Brock Purdy, man. As much as I hate to say it, it's nothing against him. He just has nothing to work with out there. I
Yeah.
mean, besides Christian McCaffrey on one good calf, like you got Pretty Ricky, and that's it. But I mean,
and Kittle, but I mean, you can't get the job done with one receiver and then one tight end. Especially, it's not like Ricky Pearsall is like an elite guy. It'd be different if we're talking about like prime Devonta Adams or something like that. That's a different situation. But yeah, the Brock Purdy thing's pretty spot on.
yeah, man. Like I like Brock Purdy, man. I think that he's a heck of a quarterback for what he was given. But man, it just a terrible, terrible situation out there. Just crumples.
Yeah.
On that same quarterback train, Justin Fields looks horrible too. I've seen nothing but bad reports come out of camp with him. Same with Caleb Williams. I've been seeing a lot of like nasty.
Miss me with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that one of him like 5 yards from the net throwing, and then throws like a little temper tantrum,
Dude, he didn't get one. He didn't even get one inside the net.
and I'm like, buddy, like this
It
is.
must be all the paint on his fingernails. All the paint on his fingernails is throwing him off or something.
I don't know, man. Like that team is bound for. I feel like they're pressured into. It's either you have a playoff season or they're going to like just completely unrail that team. And
That team on paper looks awesome though.
oh, it does. It really does. Like if everything was to break right, that team is 100% a playoff team.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if Caleb doesn't get it done this year, he's going to be crucified.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that young man's mind, mental can handle it.
He was like throwing a fit. Like, so Coach JB on his show, he made a point. Like, the way his reaction wasn't normal. It almost he made observation to where like something might be going on in his personal life because like there was like pure like anger and disappointment in himself. Like, I get you're disappointed, but like
the stress has got to be substantial right now because he's under the microscope, and because he put it there, he kind of is the ant underneath the microscope that he pushed in front of it. Like it's hard for me to sit back and watch, because like I want to see them succeed as a whole. I like DJ Moore a lot. I like Roma Dunze a whole lot. And I really like Ben Johnson too. But like, man, it feels like he kind of cried wolf, put himself in this situation, and now he is being held under this spotlight that I don't know if he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was ready for that spotlight coming out of college and making all those demands and stuff, and now it's coming to a head that this is the big leagues, buddy. Like, you're going to have to buckle up and get your shit together.
Yeah.
So,
I was a big fan of Caleb Williams, man. Like, in college, I wasn't. I didn't understand all the hype coming out of college. I don't think he's going to translate well to the NFL. I just don't, man.
no.
I may catch a lot of heat for this, which that's fine. Like, let us know in the comments what you think. But I'm not a fan of Caleb Williams. I don't think he's going to be the guy that they think he's going to be. You know, um, does he have some of the tools in the toolbox? Yeah, but I think he's the Harbor Freight version, not the Snap-on version.
Yeah.
So, and for those of y'all out there who don't understand that reference, Harbor Freight is like cheap, like DIY, normal Joe Blow tools, and Snap-on is professional mechanics do it day in day out, the best, most expensive, like quality tools. Like he's the Harbor Freight of quarterbacks right now.
It
But
hurt, but I think Justin Fields would have been better off there.
yeah, I mean,
Hey,
yeah, it just Fields needed a few more years. They just weren't willing to wait.
yeah.
But I feel like that's the MO of the NFL nowadays, though, right? It's like if you don't get it done in a couple of years, you're gone.
Like my thing is like he's legitimately got one of the best shakes of all quarterbacks that came into the league. Like he got a ready-made offense that he was stepping into that necessarily wasn't like a bottom five team to begin with.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They kind of like tanked a little bit to get Caleb, without a doubt. And
yeah.
just I don't know, man. Like the situation's really good there, and like I hope
He
they
has
get.
every weapon you could ask for.
It's just man. I really hope they don't just waste all these dudes' careers, man. That's just all that I'm kind of getting.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't do that. I mean, you just took Colson Loveland in the first round. Okay, you took Roman Dunze last year, who was my favorite wide receiver last year, not Marvin Harrison Jr. And as a Colts fan, I should, I'm sure I'm going to get hate for that, but I really believe in Roman Dunze's talent. You're right. He's coming into one of the best situations. And now with Ben Johnson, he should really, really be eating it up there. But I don't see it. I don't think Caleb Williams is going to be the guy. I think they're going to have to make a swap, maybe even draft another quarterback next year. I just hope it's not an Arch Manning or somebody like that, or a Drew Aller, Lagway, whatever, whoever. But yeah, so as far as fallers go, man, I don't think anybody's fallen as hard in camp as Quinshon Judkins.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
At this point, unless you've been living under a rock, you know what Quinshon Judkins did. Um, and if it's true, and the video surfaces and all that stuff like that, then he deserves everything that's coming to him. Because we don't condone that behavior on Kingmaker Sports, and I will not. I don't care. You can't give me Quinshon Judkins for free. I won't take him. But this was somebody that he was my favorite running back. I liked him over Ashton Genty. And I've gone on record on many shows saying Ashton Genty got snubbed for the Heisman. I think Quinshon Judkins is really good. I think the reason he wasn't in the Heisman picture is because he shared a backfield with Trevion Henderson. But yes, Quinshon Judkins, they're saying that he is they are what was the word? It was the owner. This is the owner, not just somebody, said that they are cautiously optimistic that Judkins will ever play for the Browns. So and he doesn't have a contract yet. So all they have is his rights because they drafted him. That's literally all they have attaching him to them. So all these people like they're making videos like, oh, there's one player that still hasn't signed his contract. Quinshon Judkins is like, yeah, no crap. The Browns are not going to sign a contract with somebody that's probably never going to play for their organization. He'd be lucky to ever play in the NFL. So I don't know. When it comes to Quinshon Judkins, is this somebody that you think will get a shot? Is this somebody that you think whatever the charges will go away and then boom, he'll get a couple slap on the wrist by the league? Like, what do you think is going to go on with this situation?
I mean, even if he does get the charges, I think some take a shot on him. I mean, people are still talking about trying to bring Henry Ruggs back. I mean, like, come on now. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
With him, like, yes, the talent's going to supersede, and I think that he will get a shot one day, probably in jury land. I don't know. But no, man, it's just such a nasty situation to begin with. It's just disgusting on all sides. Whether he did it, whether he didn't do it. The whole situation's a mess. And for our sakes and for his sake, I hope that things are clear up and he was not the perpetrator on all this. And I don't know, man. Like I really try not to touch on these situations because
Yeah, it's hard to speculate.
kind of say like whether or not you did it or you didn't, but like
Yeah.
from outsider looking in, it doesn't look good. And like it just hurts because he was a phenomenal talent
Yeah.
coming in.
The Browns were almost looked like they were putting together a fantasy football team over there. I mean they had Dylan Sampson as their RB2. Somebody that you've liked, Jerome Ford.
Hit auto draft on a best ball league, dude. 5 QBs,
Oh
like
yeah,
full running backs, Jerry Judy, and some just other trash bags.
yeah. Yeah. What I think was it you or somebody sent me something that said the Brown after they signed Huntley, it's like they're drafting quarterback or they're trying to collect quarterbacks now because they didn't take any quarterbacks early in a super flex. So they're just kind of grabbing whatever they can grab at this point. Oh my goodness. The Browns are just a nightmare. This is crazy.
My next
But
set of fallers, I think, probably on my end, is going to be QJ and Trey Harris and KLS. I think all three of those guys are getting pretty well nuked with the Keenan Allen signing. Especially QJ. That man's been on blast on Twitter right now with dropping everything that comes his way. Trey Harris dropping balls, and I think after all those videos, they had to sign Keenan Allen. And I'm excited for Keenan Allen, but QJ is one of those players that
yeah.
you believe in a TCU wide receiver, and this is what you get.
Yeah, I feel like if QJ was developing like they wanted to, they wouldn't have even thought twice about Keenan Allen. Um, I do got to disagree with you on Trey Harris, though. I think Trey Harris is going to be okay um, because I believe Keenan's coming in as a security blanket, somebody that knows the offense, has a relationship with Justin Herbert. So I feel like it's a no-brainer, especially bringing Keenan Allen on such a cheap deal. You're only paying him like what, little north of $8 million for 1 year. So this is a 1 year rental, and then maybe Keenan rides off into the sunset. But I do agree with you on the Quentin Johnson stuff. Somebody who I had hopes for. I thought he was going to do okay. Um, but I think it's still going to be Ladd, and I believe Trey Harris is going to prevail. Maybe not this year, but the Keenan Allen does kind of affect him because let's face it, Allen is going to get some targets because he's the guy. And how many catches is he away?
I want to say he's like 40 or 50 catches away from being the all-time reception leader.
And that is very impressive. This is coming from a team that had Philip Rivers' connection with Antonio Gates. So
Yeah,
that was an ironclad connection right there. Um, yeah, that's crazy. Those fallers. I'm with you on that though. I mean, good for Keenan Allen, man. Like keep riding. Hopefully, he didn't sell the house in L.A. while he was in Chicago.
yeah.
But so those are our risers and fallers from training camp. From what we've noticed, um, we have a lot more coming up. Our next show, we'll be talking about handcuffs. Who are some of our favorite handcuffs that you can look for in drafts? So stay tuned, hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. So that way, when these go live and these get posted, you can be the first ones and you can leave all your league mates behind and go ahead and snag these guys up, make these trades for these guys to help you win your leagues.